Welcome, everyone, to Pivot, a video podcast series designed for business owners and entrepreneurs alike to innovate and grow their business in 2021. My name is John Wentworth. I am the owner of Wentworth Real Estate Group, and super excited to be here to share with some local business owners on how they've adapted in 2020 through COVID and what they plan to do to continue to thrive in 2021. We hope that this free video series will be very helpful and informative to not only business owners and entrepreneurs, but just people in the community as we continue to strive through 2021. Before we get started, I want to thank our sponsors, Ronnie and Paula Medawar of Medawar Jewelers in Fenton and in Flint Township. But more than that, they're always pouring into the community and always focused on giving back and helping others thrive as well. So thank you, Paula and Ronnie Medawar of Medawar Jewelers. So before we get started, and speaking of pivoting, this morning we had to pivot. I was actually going to be the host, but now I'm going to be interviewed by Mr. Matt Beaudry, an agent at Wentworth Real Estate Group. And we are here with Casey Gabriel as well, the owner of Boomers Boot Camp. So Matt, take it away, my friend.
Yes, my name is Matt Beaudry. We're pivoting this morning, so I'm here to interview John and Casey, and we're going to get through some questions. So Casey, how did the pandemic affect your business, and how did you pivot?
So with Boomers Bootcamp, we actually transitioned into creating an online program where we did virtual workouts for all of our clients and members. And we just started doing a more of an accountability program for them at home because it was a very stressful time. And we wanted people to continue working out and staying healthy from home. So that was the big thing.
Sure, that's great. John, how did your business, how was our business that we worked together on, how was it affected by COVID and the pandemic?
Well, originally, I think everybody was kind of in the same boat, not knowing what was going to go on. We actually were shut down. We were declared non-essential, so we were not able to operate. We did do some selling virtually, helping some people that really were in a position where they had to make a move because of prior circumstances before the pandemic hit. But for us, really, I think it was just a matter of trying to keep everybody engaged, right? Trying to keep all of our agents and our staff engaged almost on a daily basis via Zoom, and just trying to keep the morale strong.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that 100%. So next question, what community or resources did you rely on during this time, and did anyone influence you along the way? I'll start with Casey.
So I really relied on a lot of other businesses that are in the same industry as me as well. I have a lot of connections, all over the U.S. So just staying involved in knowing what they're doing and what's working for them and implementing different things that I thought would be good for our community and our members. And also a big support group that I'm a part of is the Eco group. So we did some Zoom calls and really supported each other and prayed for each other and just kept our mindset positive and getting through the difficult time. So it was great.
Yeah, that's great. John, what community and resources did you rely on during the pandemic?
Well, I went to Zoom really quickly, and I just kind of, instead of focusing just on our business, I just needed to stay. I'm like anybody else, right? I needed to stay active and keep my mind going, and so I just I started interviewing local businesses, local restaurants, and just trying to bring awareness to what they were doing. And so Zoom was something that I did a series for school teachers, trying to help them with Zoom. Just anything that I could do to stay, as I said earlier, active and engaged, but more so from a space of trying to help everybody else, and knowing that I always benefit from that as well in the sense of fulfillment.
Right, absolutely. I think the whole country found out what Zoom was real quick.
Yeah, we failed, though. We should have bought a lot of stock in Zoom.
Yeah, we missed the boat on that one. John, what specific ways did you focus on the morale and culture of the staff and leading them through this? And what was helpful and things that you will keep doing with your staff?
That's a great question. I said earlier, just trying to keep everybody engaged, I thought was really important. I think for the first couple of weeks, everybody went into hiding a little bit, right? Because we didn't understand it. And then I kind of reached a point okay, enough. now I got to lead this group and get everybody again engaged. So we did Zoom calls every single day. If somebody wanted to jump on, they were able to. If they didn't want to, they didn't have to. But then we also maintained our weekly meetings. At our company, we do a weekly meeting every Tuesday, and we never stopped doing that. And I think that was important because people need, we get so accustomed to our schedules, right? And we get so accustomed to interacting with people. So I just think that human beings needed that. And so we really focused on just that, staying engaged every single day. We would do different things. We would have nights where the team would get together and hang out in the evening. We'd watch horse races together via Zoom, like just anything we could do to have a relationship essentially via Zoom, ironically enough. And then I think a lot of the things that we adapted to, we're going to continue to use in our business. And I guess it goes back to video, right? And we've been doing a lot of video. Our team has always been very video forward, but now engaging the consumer with video became like, okay, this is the norm. And so we're just carrying that forward in everything that we do.
Great. Casey, how can you answer that question?
So with our boomers team really stepped up. Even at the beginning of the pandemic, we never stopped working. Even though the gym shut down, we continued to right away start virtual workouts, filming every single day. We sent them out every morning at 4 a.m. So no matter what time people were getting up, whatever they were doing, if they were still going to work, we have a lot of 5 a.m.ers, and they were still getting up and working out from home at 5 a.m. So we wanted to make sure that we had enough content for them that they could continue with their lifestyles, even though they couldn't be present in the gym. So that was huge for us and our team, and my team really stepped up, and we kept it rolling, which is awesome. And just like adapting, just like everybody else, it wasn't normal, it wasn't easy, but our team just stuck together and we stayed positive. We made it fun, and just tried to like expand our knowledge and what we could bring to a lot of people at home, because a lot of people don't have weights and equipment and things like that. So we just tried to keep it exciting and keep people engaged, and it was a really good experience. As far as like taking it and moving forward, we're still, we've developed a program where people have access to those videos. We have over 300 videos for people to access. So if you're traveling, if you're leaving the gym for a week, we still have access to those. So it's a good opportunity for us to have more content for our members, which has been awesome.
That's great. That's impressive. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Casey, what were some of the specific things you were forced to add to your business in order to survive and now you plan on keeping?
So with our company, we also own a nutrition club right next door. It's a smoothie bar. So we've actually developed, we're doing online ordering, which is completely new. And it's actually helped our business grow, both of our businesses. So it actually was a blessing, which is amazing. So we're busier than we were before the pandemic, which is we're just so grateful for that. So we're continuing doing online ordering as well as just walking in, off the street. Public can come in and grab smoothies and teas and coffee at Core Nutrition. And now how we are incorporating it moving forward is our boot campers and our members at the gym can also do pre-orders, and they can pick up their smoothies right after their workouts as well. So it's been really beneficial for both businesses.
That's great. We need to figure that out for our workouts for sure. John, what skills did you develop or learn through this process?
Well, I guess, again, technology, right? I mean, I think we're always trying to be very technology forward. But when we're always focused on that, I think sometimes it's like, okay, well, isn't everybody doing that? And then you realize, no, we're just kind of scratching the surface of it. So I think really all of our systems, right? Because we had like 100 pending sales when the pandemic hit. So once we were forced to stay home, essentially, our staff was still processing transactions, right? Still processing things to help people close their homes. So I think really refining those processes because we were so busy all the time that it stunted us a little bit from being able to really perfect the systems that we had in place, which now we were able to do, which was awesome. And now we have new systems moving forward. And we had systems that we were paying for to use that we hadn't even opened yet. So it really allowed us to I think, kind of pull back the curtain and say, okay, what do we need to really focus on? Let's get rid of the things we don't need to use, because I think so often in business we think we just need more stuff. And I think sometimes you have to do less to do more. So it gave us that opportunity to just say, what are the components that we really need to operate at a high level, and let's get great at those and scrap everything else. And so that's also helped us move forward. Like right now, we've got 129 pending homes. And so that's a big load for our staff. And our staff's been absolutely amazing through all of this. But now I think that they're able to just stay a little bit more focused in a few of those categories to do a better, more efficient job.
Okay, great. Casey, what skills did you and your team develop or learn through this process?
Yeah, so we've always been there for our members and giving them the support that they need and our community. But everybody deals with stress, anxiety, those sorts of things, and that's really like this is their outlet. Coming to Boomers and getting that workout in is an outlet for a lot of people. It really helps with all of the circumstances that are being thrown at people. So for us, we've always had a mindset of like, we can and we will. So no matter what is thrown at us, we just continue to like drive forward, give our members support. We just amped it up a lot. We're doing everything that we usually do. We just really just tried to crank it up a notch and let people know we're here for you, whether you need I'll FaceTime you and make sure you get your workout in, or send me your food logs. I'll stay with you and work through your nutrition. Whatever level they were struggling with, we just tried to let them know that you're not alone and we're there for you. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, I just want to compliment you on that, because that's so awesome. I mean, that daily, function of working out and our health, that was one of the things that, I think suffered a lot for a lot of people,
Yeah, definitely.
and so I applaud you for just being all out and being there for your people. It's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. John, are there any things that you wish you would have done that you didn't do during the pandemic?
Well, I mean, I could probably rattle off 400 of them, right? Because I'm just like anybody else. I wouldn't say that I made the best use of every minute, but I look back at that, and I also think of a lot of great things that we did do and learn through the pandemic and through the shutdown. And I think ultimately the answer is no. We're sitting here today and everything's good. Our business is better than it's ever been. I think that leadership is always tested the most in difficult times. And I always say, and this being inside of our business, it's not just me being the leader. There's many leaders inside of our organization. And so I think the only thing, if I had to choose something, would have just been tapping into, like, as I said earlier, like, I feel like people had this 2 or 3 week time where they went into hiding, right? And it took us saying, okay, now we got to get back to business. We got to get refocused. We got to get re-engaged, because this is going to end. And I wish I would have maybe done that a little bit sooner, because I saw right away a change in the morale from people once we were jumping on, on our weekly meetings. But other than that, I think, I enjoyed a lot of great family time. I will tell you that. And so I think, it's pivot, right? You've got to make the most of every situation. And as a business owner, we spent a lot of time working our tails off, right? We spent a lot of time serving others, and it was a great opportunity for me to sit back a little bit and serve my family, and spend time with my family, and again, making the most of it. Just like we pivoted this morning, you showed up at the drop of a hat, so I want to thank you for jumping out of your office and shooting down here and being with us. But just pivoting and making things happen, and here we are. So I wouldn't change a whole lot.
Great. Casey, is there anything you would have done differently throughout the pandemic?
So I have to agree a lot with what John just said. I think that we all worked our tails off to do what we thought was right in the moment too. But in regards to our business, there was that little gap. We had that little gap as well, where we jumped right into the virtual workouts. And then once people got in the rhythm of things, we actually started doing outdoor workouts. There was a lot of social distancing, obviously, implemented there. But people loved it, and people showed up every single day, whether it was 90 degrees outside. We ended up doing them super early in the morning when there was a lot of heat. So I definitely probably would have done that sooner, just to get everybody out of the house and to continue rolling through that process. But other than that, I just think that everybody stepped up on my team and the members, and it rolled out very nicely. So
yeah, I'll add. I mean, I just think as leaders, we kind of carry this mindset of go, 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 and so it's hard to turn that off, right? And I also then look back at that and think, okay, we want to give people space and we want to respect how they feel, but then we also have to just stay like, this is what we're going to do. This is the mission. We're going to stay focused on doing that. And I think, for me, I had to, that's what I wanted to do the whole time. But, sometimes you have to take a step back. And I wish I maybe would have stepped forward just a little bit quicker again, just to help re-engage everybody and get everybody focused. And not that most of them weren't anyway. As I said, everybody did such a great job through that. In fact, once we were deemed essential, which we always were, but once we were deemed essential, in the next 3 weeks, we sold 72 homes. So that's 72 families that were just waiting to have the ability to go make this next move in their life. And as I said, many of them needed to make that change because maybe they had already sold a home or whatever it was. So making sure that everybody was ready to rock as soon as we were going to open up. And I think just having that forecasting mindset of, we are going to open again very soon, let's be ready, was super important.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Casey, what are the 1 or 2 most important things you've learned through all of this?
I just really believe in having a strong faith and having a community around you to support you. So, I just think you got to stay true to yourself and you got to stay true to what you believe in and your passions. And that's what we did at Boomers and at Core. Just striving to continue to get better, having strong faith, having the support of my community, my husband, my family. That's what's important.
That's great. John, what are the 1 or 2 important lessons you learned throughout all of this?
Well, I mean, I think family first and foremost. As I said, business owners, entrepreneurs. I mean, there's so much time spent unseen, right? Where we're working from sun up to sundown, especially when you're building your business. We're 15 years in, and so there's a lot of great things in place. But when you're growing a business, there's so much time spent. Casey said she's up at 4 a.m. Won't be home until 9 p.m. And those are typical days of an entrepreneur, and so I think being able to step out of that and just be really focused on my family and really pouring into time well spent. So I would say a lesson that I learned once we were, again, deemed essential and back in the workforce, I just wanted to make a priority of not getting lost in my day anymore. And so specifically, like a couple of weeks in, and we're running, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going home right now. It was like 11 a.m. I'm going home right now and going to spend a few hours with the kids. And so just that awareness, I think, is something that I learned. And I think we all inherently we know it, but we just keep going for more at work sometimes because I think true leaders are built to serve others, and so when you're serving others, it's easy to put yourself last. And I've done that a lot. And so when you do that, your family suffers a little bit too. So I think really just staying focused on my family, right? And most importantly. And I know that if I keep that super strong, then everything else is going to spill over into our business and into the community. So family and faith, 2 super important things.
Amen. Very good. John, tell us how the community can support your business.
Well, I would turn that around and say, how can we support the community? Ultimately, the growth of our business allows us to do a lot of things in the community, which is, really the driving force behind it. But at the same time, I would say, we've got a lot of amazing agents who are out to serve people first and foremost, but also they've got families. And so obviously we would love their support, and we'd love the opportunity to provide them with the best real estate experience that they've ever had. And with that, though, I always want to focus back on what can we do for the community as well. So if there's something we can do for someone in the community, please reach out.
Great. Casey, how can a community support your business?
Yeah, so during these times, a lot of people fell out of keeping nutrition and fitness a focus. And some people haven't worked out in 5-6 months. And sometimes it's just taking that first step to get back into the gym or working out. And it's nerve-wracking sometimes for people. So we do offer a free week. And even if you've been to Boomers, you can come back, see what we're doing. We have sanitizing protocols and all that fun stuff. But we're making it happen. So you can come in and try a class, see if you like it, and then use unlimited classes for a week. And then Also, anybody who is listening to the podcast, we wanted to offer you 50% off of anything at Core Nutrition. So you can come in, grab a smoothie, grab a tea or a coffee. If you've never been in, stop in, just mention the podcast and we'll give you guys 50% off. So hopefully that helps the community just get back on your feet. We just want to spread positive vibes and get everybody healthy. So
Yeah, I mean, the cool thing about our businesses, right, is just that. I mean, by somebody pouring into your business, they're getting such a great benefit out of it as well. And then I just would wonder, does the host get 100% off?
I'll definitely come in and check out the
Cool.
business, though, for sure.
Good. We look forward to seeing you.
Yeah, you can deliver 34 smoothies to Wentworth Real Estate.
I'm in. We'll do drop-offs too. So
Oh, there we go.
yep,
Awesome.
we'll plan it.
Well, guys, thank you so much for checking out today's show. We will be releasing these videos every day this week, leading up to our feature on Friday, Mr. Sean Hart. Sean is an awesome man of faith. He's got more energy than anyone I've met, and he's going to be really phenomenal for you to tune in. That is going to be at 1 p.m. on Friday, and there's a $15 fee. That will help support ECO and allow them to give back to the community further, but it will be worth every penny. Sean Hart is absolutely awesome. He's going to help you dominate your lane. So just a quick thank you to the Freedom Center for putting this event on, for hosting us. Thank you to ECO again for hosting us. And thank you certainly to our guests, Casey and Matt Beaudry. Appreciate you jumping down and helping us out.